Hello. Yes, so I was just talking about some important things that you need to consider when starting goat farming. And we continue, we've talked about two so far, and that is capital as well as location. This was in the first part of this discussion, and we continue now with the same discussion. Just a quick recap. Capital, we talked about the goats being involved. What are you going to go for? Local breeds, exotic, or whatever you want to go for. We talked about the land. We talked about the environment itself. So that's something that we talked about under the capital, the land that you're going to buy, the goat house, and everything is part of the capital that you're going to have. Then the location, where are you based? Is it good for the goats? Is it okay? Is it conducive for everything else? So that is what we discussed under that one there. So today we move into our fourth point. The fourth point is the availability of feed. So you have your capital, okay? You have your location, your land, and everything else is there, and you have your goats. That's your capital. And then with your capital, now you need to take care of your goats. Yes. Remember, if you're new here, please do subscribe to our channel. We value that subscription. You don't know what it means as we grow the numbers. And if you are a returning subscriber, please hit the notification button there, comment, and let us grow together. It's very important that we do. So back to the business. The availability of feed. You need to know what you're going to feed your goats on. Good quality feeds. So in the village way, like how I started, the village way. So the village type of feeding of goats, usually we know they go around browsing and grazing. It's good, it's common, it's workable. Things do happen. But mostly it is dependent on the number of goats that you have. So if you've got your first 10 female goats and a buck, for instance, they can do if the space is big enough. But as you expand, you should also consider planting fodder for your goats. This is very important because nutrition is key. Yes, you heard me right. Nutrition is key for your productive project. So think about the feeding. Think about nutrition for your goats. That will be very good for you and your goats too. Yes, then we talk about the type of project. So what type of project do you intend to have? I'm talking about the capital. We talked about the location. We talked about the feed. Now, the type of project. So the feed is determined mostly by the type of project that you're putting across or that you're involving yourself or getting yourself into. So it could be free range. If it's free range, well, bring your goats there. Let them enjoy, run around, and they'll be grazing everywhere they go. But there are also some dangers that come with that. So to protect your goats from harmful feeds, like poisonous plants, well, you need to think twice about the free range. Also from thieves as well as from wild animals. So yeah, that one should be taken into consideration. Then also you need to think about, for instance, is it going to be partial zero grazing, semi-intensive? When with partial zero grazing, it will do well on your pocket. So if your pocket is not that much good, you can just supplement, but then let them out to go and freely graze and browse. That will help. So, but if you think that your pocket is very good, you can go for intensive. That is zero grazing. Now, when you go for these or for this, you need to make sure that you're able to buy the quality commercial feeds for your goats, which have all the nutrition that your goat needs for it to grow well, and also for it to To be productive. Yes, to be productive. And believe me, these have all the nutrients that they need. But make sure that you have also other areas. Water source is important at all times, whether it's free range or what. Prepare a place where your goats will be drinking water from. Clean water. That you thank me later. So that is very important. Okay? Okay, so having talked about these four basic things that you have to consider, the four basic things that you have to consider, allow me to also talk about a few other things that you need to consider. What should you consider when you are starting goat farming? Apart from these that we've mentioned, so consider starting with not less than 10 does, for instance. 10 does plus one male or a buck. So these 10 does can be local goats if you so wish, or they can be crosses, good crosses, or they can be exotic goats depending on how well your pocket is. But remember that depending on the type, the management also is one thing you have to consider. So we have 10 does and one buck. After about these should be adult goats, by the way. Do not go for younger ones. If you go for younger ones, it will take a bit of some time for you to start seeing the results, and anything can happen on the way. I remember there's a time when I bought about 15 young does. Yes, well, it took me some time. I lost 2 on the way, and then yes, but then that happens. So it's rare, but it happens. So young does may not really be as productive as you think they may be. But if you purchase goats that are already at the productive stage, they may come pregnant already, and a plus on your part, which means that in less than 5 months or within 5 months, you may have your first fruit. Okay, so when you buy a pregnant doe, it's as good as you bought 2 already. Goats are lovely animals, believe me. So buy 10 does. Let's assume that they are not even pregnant. Then you have your male. I'd rather you go for an exotic male. You can go, depending on the breed that you want. It could be the Savannah, it could be the Kalahari Red, or it could be the Boer goats. So these will change your breed very fast. So when you have those, believe me, 6 months, 5-6 months time, you have your first kidding. And within that same time, well, they'll be pregnant again for some more as time goes. So in a year plus 13 months to be precise, probably you're going to have your second kidding. And those that were born first will have grown enough to actually contest breeding at that point. So they're likely to be ready for breeding also, and then it keeps going and going and going and going. So you can someone can ask a question saying, wow, I have 10 does. Let's take it as January, 10 does, adult does. Okay, the 10 does that you have, that's one buck, that's 11 goats that you have. These does, depending on the breed, or probably, yes, the level, but let's just say that they all get pregnant. You are sure of having no less than 10 more goats, and that will take the number to 21. But believe me, in those 10 does that you have, some are going to give you twins. So depending on the breed itself, some will give you twins. They give you twins, you're going to have more than 20 or about more than 25 goats on your farm. So with those, take them for 3 months. If they're exotic, you can sell them for 3 months. The male, that is, keep the females. Okay? So let's say the produce was 50-50. Male 50%, female 50%. So let's say you had, out of the 10 does, let's say you had about 14 kids. So 7 are female, 7 are males. So you can sell off the 7 males, keep the 7 females. So meaning from 10 does, you now have 17 does and a buck. So after a year plus 1, you're likely to have the 10 does kid again. And let's assume again that it's going to be a 50-50 chance, you have 14 again. So you have extra 7 females to add to your 7 females that are there, and you sell off the other 7. So you're going to have from 17 doors, it's 25 doors. And after that season, the mating season, those first doors that you had, so the 17 doors that you have, will also be mated. They'll be mated. And you're likely to have more than 25 kids coming from there. So that is how you multiply the numbers. So in a year and a half, you are likely to have a lot of goats. If you're disciplined, if you give them very good feed. So all that can help grow your project or your business. Yes, so with that said, you've maximized your capital. Now, remember your capital was $10 and 1 back. The rest that comes in is profit. So in gold farming, there are profits, guys. I'm telling you, huge, massive profits. They multiply so fast and you gain a lot of things. So try it and then you see how it goes. Okay. The other thing you have to consider is I talked about it already. Is the feed source, or the sources of feed that you're going to give to your goats. So pasta for the goats can be a very good thing that you can consider. Mineral supplements. These are important. Apart from just injecting vitamins and everything else, you need to buy salt blocks, mineral blocks, depending on the season. These are very important. I've seen it work in my goats, guys. They can look so nice. So this is one of those things that you can do and can help as you supplement that. The other thing you have to consider is a goat pen or a goat structure as you start. What kind of structure will I build for my goats? So as a beginner, start simple. Just start simple and cheaply. Then you keep on advancing as you make money. So the first 10 goats that you have on the back, if you want to even have a ground floor, ground house or pen for them, especially if it's not the rain season. Makes sense tricky because there's a lot of water around and the like, so it's a bit tricky. But you can do that. But then find a suitable place for them. So let's say you have that structure, but invest in the structure as well. Simple as it may be, but it's important because it's going to prevent diseases. So I would actually propose that you build a raised goat pen to avoid a lot of diseases from your goats. So the goats are not supposed to be in contact with their urine and poop. This creates a bad combination. Ammonia that comes from there is dangerous for them. So they'll be sick every now and then. So to avoid that, put up a raised goat house. Maybe it will be costly, yes, but make a simple one. Use the local available materials to try and build that one for a start. And then you see what is going to come up for you. So use that one there, build up a raised goat house. It's going to do you good. But if you can't, even a down goat house or a floor ground house can still do. Okay. The next thing, guys, you have to consider security for your goats. Security. Well, you see, if you've gone through some of the videos in the past, you may have seen my dogs play around or near the goats. They're used to them. They don't attack them at all, but they will attack whoever intrudes. So it is important to plan for the security. Now, security also is raised from the goat pen that you've built. That's the security number 1, the goat pen. The location of the pen from the main house also. You need to hear what is happening at the goat pen there. It's important, guys. You don't want to lose your capital or whatever you're investing in. So you protect it at all costs. So the goat house, first of all, is the first security that you have to consider. Then the proximity to where people sleep is also another. Then you can also think about the guard dogs or shepherd dogs that can help you with security. That just warn you of what is there. That one is very important. Consider also fencing your farm. That is another form of security. Fence your farm so your goats do not go to other people's fields. At the same time, other people's animals don't come into your fields. Some dogs out there are dangerous. I have mentioned this. I suspect that I lost one of my goats' dogs, which I just mentioned. One should have been lost because of other people's dogs. I feel they attacked it because there's some dogs in the neighborhood that would attack some goats. The other one was attacked, but then thank God it was saved quickly. It wasn't killed by any other dogs. So that is another thing. Security is very important. Another thing to consider, guys, is labor. Who is going to take care of your project? Who is going to build the goat pen and everything else? The labor is very important. Who are you going to involve? You are going to involve the vets. How? What? So all those things there are going to help you come up with a good business. Okay? So if you want to get profit, consider labor. And don't even joke around with this one here. Get someone who's very serious to do this job. If you can't do it yourself, let someone very serious do it for you. Because this is where money lies. And that person controls the money in your pocket. This is a bank. A goat business is a bank on its own. So if your bank manager is not a qualified personnel, it's not the right person to be, I think you're going to make losses. The money keep disappearing from your account. You don't want that to happen. So you want to keep the money intact in your account. Therefore, bank with the right bank. That is the farm manager you're going to choose. The farm manager is key to this course of this business. The other thing is consider building a team to work with. Consider building a team to work with. Now, where I am, my wife is involved, my daughters are involved, my children are involved, as well as the farm manager. So the farm manager comes in, they just dive into the routine already that my family is aware of. So let your family be part and parcel of the project you're doing. They will help you a lot, especially if you decide to go and settle at the farm. You need them to be. But even if you're not settling at the farm, you're going to be driving there or going there every now and then. Let your family take part. Let them be visiting that place with you. So the day you won't be able to visit, other members of the family can still visit and make things go right. So it is important that look at that. It's very, very important. The other thing, very important thing, guys, it's not just about buying a goat and put it on the farm. Some goats may have serious complications. Some may even have diseases. So consider the source of your breeding stock. Consider the source of your breeding stock. You need that. So your breeding stock is key because that is where the profits are going to be coming from. So think about what goats you're buying. I would advise to buy goats that are at mature age, which may not have given birth before, but are ready to mate. Or goats that have given birth once or twice before, but of course without complications. Now the worry might be, why is the person selling them? So if you buy goats from the market, you make a very big mistake. Don't buy breeding stock from the market. That is sin in goat farming. Believe me, yeah, you got me right. That is sin in goat farming. You need healthy goats for breeding stock. People take condemned animals to go and sell at the market. Then you want to get the condemned ones and bring them onto your farm? No, that's gonna be a problem. So you have to pick the best quality. If possible, don't let the seller choose for you. Choose for yourself from the flock that the seller has, if there is that opportunity. But of course, in our rural setting, most of the times, you find that this person comes and tells you, I'm selling this goat. So ask questions. Why are you selling the goat? So eventually, they may not tell you the whole truth, but it will help you, it will guide you whether the goat is healthy enough to be at your farm or not. Ask about its history, kidney history. It'll help you. Ask a few questions about it. Is healthy generally? Does it get sick that often? How does it look like? Does it look sick or healthy? So all those things there. Then make sure that you are certain whether you're able to manage with that goat you're buying or not. So let's consider much the source of the breeding stock that you are getting onto your farm. That one, guys, is key. So visit farms that have a reputation, visit farms that are selling, not because there's a problem on the farm, but because it's time for them to sell. So let's see what we can do about that and then grow our goat farming business. This is Ignatius from Igmic Farm, and we are ready to help you in every possible way that you can be helped. Remember, we are found in Zambia, southern province of Zambia, Namwala to be precise. Just me and Nico Girls from Chesterton Secondary School. Now, hit that button, notification button, so you're able to get more information from us as we interact with you. Comment, share your experience with us. Thank you very much.
Jesus is